too much noise was being made in Parliament for no reason at all.
To immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for JKIA expansion public-private partnership transaction as
a 238 billion Kenyan shillings airport dream, a cancelled deal, a furious Raila Odinga, and now a whistleblower calling him a conman of the century. The Adani JKIA saga has morphed from an infrastructure debate into a bare-knuckle political fight. Raila blames parliament and critics for killing a golden opportunity. But the man who first blew the whistle, Nelson Amenya, has hit back hard, accusing Raila of hypocrisy and warning that Kenyans should beware of attempts to sneak Adani back in.
I was very disappointed when we are not able to move on with the airport contract.
The Adani Group, one of India's largest conglomerates, had been tapped to modernize JKIA in 2024 under a 238 billion Kenyan shillings public-private partnership. The deal promised a new terminal, an additional runway, and a Nairobi positioned as Africa's Dubai. Adani would fund it all, then recoup through a 30-year lease. Supporters called it visionary, detractors called it a sovereignty trap.
Case Adani and 10% benefit.
Adani's global baggage didn't help, with US indictment against founder Gautam Adani and Kenyan unions warning of job cuts and opaque tendering. The project quickly lost political ground. Protests, parliamentary debates.
Chair, point of order, Chair.
Can I have
what we are going to, did you receive a letter through you, Chair, from any other company other than Adani requesting to do this project?
The answer is no, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to table, I have 3 letters which were written by 2 different companies. Adani was the 3rd one.
Let him tell us. He can walk out and come back on a day that he feels his temperament is something that is befitting of a cabinet secretary of the Republic of Kenya. This is Parliament. We are not here to be nice to each other. You are saying you are...
And civil society pressure mounted. By November 21st, 2024, President William Ruto cancelled the deal.
information that have been provided to us by partner nations. I have directed agencies within the Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum to immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for JKIA expansion public-private partnership transaction as
by early 2025, Adani was gone. Ruto pivoted to other options, but the story didn't end there. One man was bitter, extremely bitter, even more than President William Ruto. His name, Raila Odinga.
Adani company conglomerate is worth over $200 billion. It cannot be an Adani gate. Deal with the issues as they are. If some people have made mistakes, let them own up that they made some mistake.
Odinga has been more bitter than anyone else. In June 2025, he lamented Nairobi could become dormant while Addis Ababa and Kigali leap ahead.
That was really very unfortunate. You know, we had awarded the Greenfield Airport contract before we left government with Kibaki in 2012. That contract was cancelled. Then it was given again to the same contractor later. But then again cancelled somewhere because of disagreement in the middle. And then now, when we now brought in the Adani, they brought all these politics, and then the contract was cancelled. If that is not done, Nairobi will just become dormant. Look at Addis Ababa. It's going, and now they're putting up a new big airport. So Addis Ababa is going to be the hub around. Ethiopian Airlines is the dominant airline now on the continent.
By September, he continued to accuse critics of sabotaging a golden opportunity, declaring they weren't taking the airport away. They were bringing their money. We missed this because of some parties. Shame on them. Among those he singled out was the man who first raised the alarm, Nelson Amenya.
They pulled out. The Red airport is just like here. It is. It is as it is. They are not taking it away. They are bringing their money to do it. They are bringing their money to do it. And they will charge for over 30 years so that they don't charge so highly. That's what would have happened. Now, a similar arrangement is happening in Kigali. So the Qataris are building a Kibaki International Airport in the same terms like Adani wanted to do here. So Kibaki is going to be the hub in this region, no, not Nairobi, because of noise being made by other parties which were also interested in doing what Adani was supposed to do and paying people down under the table to make noise every day in the newspapers. Shame on them. Shame on them.
Nelson Amenya was the first to expose what he called a crooked deal. He flagged the opaque tendering, the lack of competitive bidding, and the risks of handing JKIA to a scandal-hit foreign firm. His claims ignited public outrage and helped shift momentum against Adani. Raila's accusation that Amenya and others were bribed to kill the project sparked an immediate and explosive response. On X, Amenya fired back with unfiltered bluntness. Quote, "This guy has always been a conman hiding behind liberation. Nobody ever paid me to expose the deal for starters. Every single red flag I pointed out was true. If they really cared for the airport, why not do a proper tendering process? JKIA is one of the most profitable ports in Africa. It will attract competent bids. But as we all know, it is not about that. He's only making noise so they can sneak Adani back in and avoid refunding the bribes. Go home, old man. You are in your sunset years. Spend them with your family, not destroying our future. Conman of the century." Unquote. His words have gone viral, resonating with Kenyans frustrated by endless scandals while enraging Raila loyalists. Here lies the clash. Raila frames the deal's collapse as wasted progress, a personal and national setback. Amenya frames it as accountability, preventing Kenya from being trapped in a compromised partnership. Raila insists critics robbed Kenya of a golden chance. Amenya insists Raila is shielding corrupt networks that hoped to benefit. The irony? Both claim to defend Kenya's future, but in totally opposite ways. So, did Kenya dodge a bullet or lose its shot at being Africa's Dubai? Raila calls it sabotage. Amenya calls it saving Kenya from fraudsters like Raila Odinga. What's clear is that this saga has exposed more than infrastructure politics. It's about legacy, accountability, and the deep mistrust that defines Kenyan politics. And as long as Raila keeps pressing, expect Amenya and others like him to keep fighting. What do you think? Why is Raila Odinga extremely bitter about the failed Adani deal? Drop your comments. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushebi Jr.
Too much noise was being made in Parliament for no reason at all.
To immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for JKIA expansion public-private partnership transaction as